India versus Pakistan, the biggest cricketing rivalry in the world, a game watched by almost a billion people. Yet, this time the calls for a boycott are louder than the cheers. Why are the same fans that look forward to this game for months are now demanding that India plays no cricket with Pakistan? Welcome to the global game. My name is Vaibhav Mehta, and today I am taking you through this latest chapter of cricket diplomacy between India and Pakistan. For decades, India and Pakistan have used cricket as a tool of diplomacy. After the Kargil War in 1999 or the Mumbai terror attacks, the first thing that was removed as soon as the relations soured between the two countries was cricket. While now mostly used as a negative tool, there was a time when the same cricket diplomacy was also used to improve relations. Most of you cricket fans would remember India's 2005 tour of Pakistan, which was actually a part of Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee's peace initiative to improve the relations between India and Pakistan. But since then, the relations have only worsened between the two countries, and bilateral cricket, that is India and Pakistan playing together each other in a series, hasn't happened in almost 15 years, and it's been 20 since an Indian team went to Pakistan to play cricket. So before today, the status quo for the last decade or so has been that India and Pakistan play each other in ICC tournaments, which is international tournaments involving multiple countries, and they don't play each other privately. Yet, something has happened in the last few months which has led to fans boycotting this as well. They do not even want to face Pakistan in an ICC tournament despite how much the fans look forward to it or enjoy it. So now let us understand why this has happened. The first thing, the fan perspective. So recently, as you all must be aware, India faced a devastating terror attack in Pahalgam in April, and links of the attack were traced back to Pakistan. In response, India carried out airstrikes across the border, hitting terrorist as well as military targets and escalating tensions to their highest point in decades. For many Indians, this was the last straw. A large section of fans who would normally miss an India Pakistan match and wait for it and would want more of them are now saying country first, cricket later. That's why hashtags, petitions, and public campaigns are demanding that India should not face Pakistan, not even in ICC tournaments. Now, let us understand that this is not a sentiment which is limited to India. This is something that the Pakistanis are also demanding. In fact, Pakistani authorities have taken action in other sports like hockey and extended this boycott beyond cricket, which is not something usually happens. So, our takeaway from this is that India and Pakistan are both nations with massive amounts of national pride, and I do not believe that sports or artists or anything is important enough for either of the country to be held above national pride. So, I think the sentiment will remain in the fans until issues are resolved between India and Pakistan, and I don't think we can tell the fans that they are wrong. There are a lot of people who are saying do not mix politics and sports and this and that. But I feel that as fans are the most important part of a sport and people are the most important part of a country, so we certainly have to look at respecting their wishes, at least in the long run. Now let us look at the angle of the International Cricket Council and the cricket boards so that we can understand that despite this popular support, why has this action not been taken? The other side. See, here's the complication. Cricket is not just a sport, it's an economic engine. Every ICC tournament has broadcast deals, including the Asia Cup. They have sponsorships and revenues are negotiated. And for this particular Asia Cup or even for big international World Cup like tournaments, there is a specific revenue number attached with India Pakistan fixtures in mind. And the most important thing is that despite this being the most high value bit of any international tournament, the India Pakistan bit is the most high value bit of any international tournament. Still, the revenue from a single match is not just shared between India and Pakistan. There is actually a fixed percentage based system of overall revenue which is shared between all teams of the ICC. So if India decides to cancel the event today, or request the ICC that they don't want to play, it is everybody who's losing out on the revenue. Now, how these broadcast deals work is that they are negotiated in advance with future viewership in mind. Now, if you look at uh, the Asia Cup for now, and let's say 6 months or a year ago, broadcasters submitted bids to the ICC that this is the amount of money, X amount of money that they will pay you, which is usually in the thousands of crores. And BCCI gives them exclusive media rights, irrespective of how many views will actually come on the match. Understand this, that the money the broadcasters paid, and huge amounts, was already fixed. It is not related to how many people will actually come to watch the match. It is based on estimates. So now, if the BCCI or the ICC suddenly removes the biggest match between an already negotiated deal, the broadcasters would lose a lot of money. I mean, it would be in the thousands of crores, and it would be something that would impact everybody from South Africa to West Indies to Australia to India and Pakistan. So I think that is a very major reason why, despite popular support this time, there was no action taken against the match. Money is not the only aspect. There is another angle here, and this angle might be little known. So if we look at beyond money, and now that we've understood that every country's sports bodies and even global sports bodies of other sports look at what the ICC is doing and what is happening in cricket, it is also about principle. Global sports bodies, whether in cricket or football, always argue that politics and sport should remain separate. While in our condition of India and Pakistan, I definitely agree that our people are not wrong in wanting to boycott. But as a general rule of thumb, sport and politics should not be intertwined. There have been issues in football. There is a very famous Henrik Mkhitaryan incident of the Europa League final, and many more in other sports. But this is something that happens, and global bodies often do not want that for political reasons sporting events should be cancelled. And we have a lot of cricket boards like England who would definitely call out the ICC on this and create a big ruckus. So money as well as geopolitics is probably the reason why this particular match is not cancelled. Well, before concluding, one thing that I would definitely want to highlight to all of you is that let us not blame our players or coaches or staff. Whether it be Indian or Pakistani, it is not our players who decide who they are playing and who they are not playing. It is much above them. It is the government, it is the regulatory bodies, it is global bodies. It's not the man who's going there and playing cricket. So, roasting our people, putting pressure on them that you should not play, that is not their job description. That is like if you tell me to go and change the government of the country, or if I tell you, please fix my road. It is that absurd. It is not Shubman Gill's job, it is not Gautam Gambhir's job to decide who India plays. Their job is to pick up the schedule and go out and play. So please let us keep our opinions, no matter what we feel, away from our players and give it to the authorities. Now, coming back to my conclusion, well, I would just want to very quickly conclude by saying that on one hand, I am with the fan sentiments. They are quite powerful, they are quite real. We need to definitely be supportive of what our people think. At the same time, I do understand that it was very unfeasible for the ICC to cancel this particular tournament, which was already announced. But I definitely feel that if these sentiments exist in the future, that India and Pakistan do not want to play each other, then they have to come up with a way where they respect the wishes of the fans, where they respect generally the wishes of both the countries, and do not let these games happen, because these things have a way of boiling over, have a way of people abusing players, people going after them. So before this thing spirals and comes on our beloved game, I think while this particular match may have been justified, this particular announced tournament, in the future this should definitely not happen. Well, thanks for watching, and let us know in the comments where do you think cricket diplomacy will go in the future. And also do let us know what is your opinion on the current match that India has played against Pakistan. Thank you. Please subscribe to the Global Game for more interesting videos on a wide range of topics.